Welcome back to another video. Today, guys, we are going to be doing our second furniture flip. And if you were following along for our first furniture flip, we did a fantastic job, especially for being our first ever flip. Posted it for $130. If we can sell it for $130 or somewhere around there, that's going to cover pretty much all of our startup costs. Cool. So our first material that we are going to need is going to be your primer. You can get this at Home Depot. Second material is going to be your paint kit. It came with the paint roller and the foam piece that you roll on with paint. Obviously, you are going to need your paint. This one is the satin onyx color. Goes on great. You need at least 2 coats when you're using black paint to make sure that you get full coverage on your pieces. Highly recommend this. This is only like $25. You can get it at Lowe's or Home Depot. This part is totally optional, but I use a second color of paint on some of my projects. This one is just a regular gray paint. I know there's one called Dolphin Gray. You can definitely get one of those. Keep an eye out at the Home Depot reduced section because this whole pint of paint, well, I don't know how much this is. More than a pint, for sure more than a pint. But this is only $2 and I used it on my last piece, so highly recommend it, looks great. And the last thing you are going to need are some sanding blocks. This is gonna be your cheapest option. You can get sanding blocks or you can get sanding paper. Now I recommend the blocks because it's a lot easier to hold on to when you are sanding down your pieces. We did the first project with the sanding blocks and it worked out great. Took us a little bit of time, but you know, at the end of the day, we're making a lot of money with very to little no startup costs. So that is all of the materials you are going to need. Cool transition to the sketchy shed. Okay, and just like that, we're in the sketchy shed with the broken door. Back at it again with the sanding, except for this time, we have a nice sander. This is a brushless DeWalt circular sander. You just, put on a battery, got the bag here, and then start sanding away. Hopefully this is gonna be a lot quicker. I went ahead and got some sandpaper as well. This one is only 120 grit, so it'll be perfect for a good scuff sand. And like I mentioned before, I have a rag as well to wipe it down as we sand, so that way, all the dust buildup doesn't make the sanding take significantly longer. Boom, we got a sand pad. We have the sander, just slap that right on there. I also forgot to show you what piece we're going to be sanding down. So this is the piece. I think that this is going to sell relatively quickly because it already has the gold handles, so we don't have to, do any work to that. Probably just clean it. I cannot stress this enough. I highly recommend that you guys invest in an electric sander. That took me like 20 seconds to do that whole top part. And all the dust was collected, so I didn't even have to wipe it down at all. So definitely invest in one of these as soon as you can. After you make some money, of course, because that's the whole point. That's why we do this, to make some money. Almost forgot to remove the hardware. Oh no! Just like that, we can start sanding again. At this point, if you haven't dropped a like and hit that subscribe button, then I don't know what you're doing. Whatever it is, you're not doing it right. Also, don't forget to use primer. Always use primer. Never forget primer. Note to self, do not spray in a direction where you do not intend on painting over. Because we do not work on the interior of these projects, we only do the exterior. So be careful of that. That's okay, because we're learning. As you can clearly see here, the hinges do not look anywhere near as good as the handles. So what we're going to do here is take our gold gloss spray and give it a makeover. Okay, awesome. So we moved inside. All the primer has been completely dried at this point. It does take a little bit longer when we are in the sketchy shed because it is a lot colder in there than it is inside, but we can't exactly move painted items inside for obvious reasons. So if you are able to get it into a warm area, definitely do that. So now I'm just going to paint these really fast. I'm not going to make you guys watch that though because you already know how to. Okay guys, and that's just about it. All we have to do now is put on everything else that we painted, including all the hardware, and that'll basically sum it up. Be sure to like this video because this is the best furniture flip I have ever seen. I'm really excited to show you guys this. The reveal is going to be absolutely insane. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for the furniture flip. Here's the big reveal. Boom! So that is what it turned out being, and it honestly looks great. I love the black, and the gold meshes perfectly well with it. As you can see, whenever we stage furniture that we flip, you want to go with a more minimalistic look, so that way it doesn't look too crowded, too cluttered, anything like that. As far as the interior goes, it looks absolutely stunning. That wood design looks perfect. It couldn't go better together with the black paint and the gold accents. When we first started, I was like, ew, what even is that? I didn't want to, you know, sand it down and paint it or put a vinyl over it, but I mean, it just didn't look good. But, you know, as you can see, whenever we paint it, it looks completely different. So I think that this piece is gonna go very quickly. I have some updates with the previous furniture flip that we did. So stay tuned for that. As always, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.